Hey guys, so today we are going to be talking all about what it's really like to be a full-time YouTuber, blogger, influencer. I'm going to tell you guys what it really takes, how I got started, and also talk about more controversial subjects like PR packages, which are actually a lot of them are right behind me. I am saving all of these for an upcoming sponsored video, which is yet another topic that I do want to talk about in this video because that seems to be like the most controversial subject. So I'm gonna get all into that, again, share my journey, and also give you guys some tips and tricks if you are looking to do this full time. I went ahead and created notes on my phone from all the questions that I got from you guys, and I broke it down into 4 different categories. The first one is going to be starting out, PR packages, random questions, and the best I'm saving for the last is money, sponsorships, all that stuff. So this is the long intro. I know this is going to be a long video, so grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, how did I get started and make this my full-time job, and how can you do the same? So I actually got started when I was still working my fashion job. I do come from a fashion corporate background, and that was my 9 to 5. It was more like 9 to 9 because if you know anything about working in the fashion industry, the hours are crazy long, and I just was not happy in that world at all. And YouTube, first of all, I became obsessed with watching YouTube videos and tutorials, but I never saw Indian girls in the space. The only South Asian girl I remember seeing at the time was Farah Dukai, who's still here on YouTube. She's amazing. She's goals. But she did a lot more focus on skincare, which she still does. And I was more interested in makeup at the time. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start posting videos online in hopes that if there's anyone out there watching that looks like me can benefit from it. I never thought for one second that this would become a full-time job. That was not my goal. I just wanted to share makeup with the world that I loved for my skin tone, and that just became my full-time job. Again, I want to emphasize I never went into this world with the expectations of it becoming my full-time job. I was just doing it because it was my outlet for my real job. So I'm still working at my fashion job and doing YouTube totally as a hobby, and then I got recruited by Cosmo India and started working there for about 6 months or so, and that's when I really realized that, you know what, I can make YouTube my full-time job because I was really learning about the digital space, working with influencers, understanding how they work and all that stuff. So right around the time when I was at Cosmo, I also met with my managers who are still managing me till today. And they really gave me the confidence to quit my job. And I remember having a conversation with my husband, and we both decided that, you know what, we're still young. I can take this risk in myself right now. And I decided to just quit my job and do YouTube full time, which, let me tell you guys, coming from a corporate background with a really steady, stable job and a weekly or bi-weekly paycheck, that was a really big deal for me to do. I really just want to emphasize this. It was not easy for me to just leave my corporate jobs, leave stability behind, and go into the unknown. But like I said, I decided to take a risk in myself. I saw that there was definitely a need in the market for South Asian bloggers, and I was like, you know what? I can fill that void, and I did it. Okay, so that was my journey into how I became a full-time blogger, and now I want to quickly answer some of your guys' questions on how you can do this full-time as well. So one of the main questions I kept getting over and over was, how can I do this full time, and how do I even get started in the blogging world? And the answer is really cliche and really simple, but that is just to do it. There is no right time. I wouldn't worry too much at all about equipment, none of that stuff. Just do it. I will say that it is very important, at least for me, it's really important to come from a mindset of wanting to help people versus just wanting to do this for the money or the perks. I totally understand that now everybody wants to be an influencer, everybody wants to be the blogger because they see the amazing lifestyle that most bloggers live, especially with press trips and all the free stuff, and they're buying all these things. I get it. I really understand. But if you're just going to do this for money, you're going to burn out really fast, because I can speak for myself and a lot of my fellow bloggers that I have conversations with, and we will all agree to the fact that this is not just a 9 to 5 job or a 40-hour week job. This is a 24/7 job. I genuinely am working from the moment I wake up to the moment I sleep. It really is my entire world, and if you don't absolutely love it for genuine reasons, you will burn out really fast. Okay, so the second category that I want to get into is PR packages. And oh my gosh, I got so many questions about PR. And I feel like this is going to be kind of like a long topic, but I'm going to hopefully condense my thoughts and not make it too long, even though I probably will be. So every time I do like unboxing videos or unboxing snaps or Instagram stories, I get so many questions about how do I get free PR and what I do with all these products and how can you guys get free PR. So let's start from the very top. Nothing in life is free. I promise you, brands are not just sending me all of the stuff that you see me for no reason. Brands send PR to influencers for free. Yes, everything is for free, I will say that, but it's not paid. At least for me, it's not paid. But they send it to us in hopes that we share the products that they send to us, that you guys see behind me, that will hopefully feature them in an Instagram story, in an Instagram post, on our blogs, on YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, all of our socials. They hope that we feature them. It's not a guaranteed thing and they know that, but they see a return on their investment, which is why they keep doing it over and over, and the PR packages keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions that I got from you guys regarding PR packages. So the first one is, when so many companies send PR packages, does it mean that you're entitled to review each and everything? Absolutely not. Brands know that influencers, and I'm just specifically talking about beauty influencers, but all brands know that we're getting a lot of PR and it's just physically impossible to talk about each and every product out there. Number one, because they don't always work for me specifically, for my skin tone or my skin type or my hair type or whatever the case may be. And because it's just physically impossible to use everything that I get. So they don't expect that at all. And if they do, I will always decline because that's so unrealistic. The next question is, if you give a negative review of a product, does the brand stop sending you PR? This is a really good one because I've heard this multiple times online. Maybe some brands have taken me off their PR list because I haven't given them like a positive review, which I think is so unprofessional. Because if a brand has even like 3 products, I don't have to like all 3, you know what I mean? But that hasn't really happened to me, I don't think. And I have been very outspoken about certain brands and their shade ranges and all that stuff. And to be honest with you guys, and I don't really ever talk about this on social media, but I meet with brands all the time and I give my honest feedback about their products, whether they work or they don't work. Great example of that, again, is Tarte. You guys remember their Tarte Shape Tape? I really was hard on Tarte because that was such a disaster. And a few months later, I actually met with their team and they totally understood and saw my side. It was a great constructive conversation and I'm still in touch with their team. So I haven't really had that experience happen to me personally, but I know, or I keep hearing that people have had those experiences. The next question about PR is, what do I do with all of these products? And I have so many products. Most of them are not even for me because I'm actually really selective with what I keep in my collection, so it's not big at all. But I have so many other products for other people or for giveaways, for donations, all that stuff. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I do a lot of giveaways there that I announce. I also do a lot of secret giveaways where I don't announce it at all. Just people that I've known that follow me for a while. I'll just like slide into their DMs and then just like send them product. I do that as well, but I definitely want to do more giveaways. And then also, of course, friends and family, you know, like it's a known thing. You come to my apartment, you always walk out with makeup. So I do a lot of giveaway and I really get rid of most of the items that are sent to me. Okay, last question about PR, and this is a good one for anyone that is looking to get PR, is really, how do I get PR packages sent to you? So I think you have to, first of all, start off by organically talking about the brand that you want to receive PR from. Make sure you're tagging them. And then from there, you can just go ahead and DM them or figure out the marketing manager or the PR agency and send them an email, introduce yourself, and pitch yourself why you want to test out their product. Speaking to a lot of my brand friends, they do get a lot of emails about people wanting to receive PR packages. I think one of the girls told me she gets like 200 emails a day, which is crazy. So you have to be creative and you want to make sure you stand out from the crowd and just figure out why you're different and how you're different. And then take that approach to the brand, and it should work for sure. Okay, this is like now a topic of random questions, and then we're gonna talk about money. You guys, I'm saving the money questions for last because I know that's what everyone wants to hear. So I do want to cover all the other questions before we really get into the juicy details. So now I have a bunch of random questions that I'm just gonna breeze right through. And the first one is, do you have to pay taxes on revenue you make on social media? And of course, we are independent contractors / freelancers, and we have to do our taxes accordingly. It's just that simple. The best thing about being a blogger, I think the best thing about being a blogger is definitely connecting with people all over the world, and just like people trusting my word and purchasing products that I recommend with their hard-earned money. That is honestly like so incredibly amazing to me, that people actually trust me to buy the products that I recommend, both paid and unpaid. And then of course also, like I said, connecting with people around the world. Okay, what do I use to take my pictures and my videos, and how do I edit everything? So again, really quick, with my camera right now, I'm shooting with the Canon EOS Rebel T6i, and I'm using the kit lens. This camera is super basic, it's not very expensive, and I love it. You don't need to go out and spend a lot of money on fancy equipment. It's definitely more about what you're saying versus like how highly produced your videos are. And to be honest with you, at least as a viewer of YouTube, I'm kind of over the overly produced videos. I just want to see realness. In terms of shooting content for my Instagram, I literally use my iPhone. Hardest part of your job. And the second question is, how do you stay motivated? And the hardest part of my job definitely is to stay motivated, because I don't have a boss standing behind me telling me that this needs to be done today or whatever. I really have to motivate myself, roll out of bed, and even though I'm working from home, you know, I have to just motivate myself. Okay, I saved the best topic for last, and that is, of course, money and how do we get paid. Now, before I even get into this topic, I do just want to ask you guys to have a very open mind about this topic. First things first, how do influencers make money? How do I make money? Let me just say how I make money, because there's so many other ways of making money, but this is just how I make money. So the first thing is ads. What that means is, if you have a blog or on YouTube, any ad that plays before the video or in between the videos, which I personally don't like to do because as a viewer I find those to be so annoying, but I'm not judging anyone that does that. I just personally don't like to put ads in between my videos. Those ads, we get paid per view. So basically, if you have more views, you get paid more money. The second way to make money is affiliate codes / links. Now let's talk about codes first. I personally don't use codes. I'm trying to think of if I have like any code, and I don't think I do. Like I use one with Ebates. I don't even have a code. I have like a link, so it's an affiliate link. I have used codes in the past, but honestly not really. It's not my thing at all. I kind of forget that I have codes with certain, you know, brands, and it's just like too much for me to like collect the money. But I know a lot of people that make significant money just on their codes, and there is nothing wrong with that. So let's just talk about Morphe as an example, because everyone knows about Morphe codes. If an influencer has a code with Morphe, let's just say me, like my code is Arshia 10. You, as a consumer, if you were to shop at Morphe, you would get 10% off. And then I, as an influencer that directed you to that link or that item, will get X amount of percentage as sales. So it's kind of like any other sales job. We are earning a commission from the sales that we generate for the brand, which is what the affiliate codes are. Again, I personally don't use them, but a lot of people do. I do use affiliate links in almost every single one of my videos. So what is an affiliate link? When you guys ask me to list out all the products, what I do is I use a website that will generate a special link specifically for me, that when you as a consumer purchase a product, again, I get a small percentage, a small commission for bringing you to that link. Now, I don't know why people get offended by this or get upset by this, because if we're spending so much time like collecting all of these links and like linking everything, then there's nothing wrong with, you know, getting a small percentage. Again, think of this like any other sales job that is commission based. This is essentially that. Okay, number 3 is merch, books, products, ebooks, all of those types of things. When you guys as consumers, and me too because I am a consumer as well, when we buy products with our own money, that goes back to the influencer. And this also includes like brand collaborations and all that stuff as well. So that's a huge revenue of income for influencers. The 4th and the most controversial way that influencers and bloggers make money is sponsorships. Basically what that means is, let's say a brand is launching a new product. Let's just use Pop Beauty as an example. They're launching a new product and they want to have like, I don't know, 20 influencers talk about their product. They will pay us to talk about this product and promote it and, you know, create buzz around Pop Beauty and their new launch. That's how sponsorships work. How much do you get paid per ad? To be honest with you, the paid per ad really depends, because it depends on like the brand, the time of year, the product, all that stuff. So it's always a range. But yes, you can make a living doing this, and I do make a living doing this full time. Okay, the next question is, how do you pick your sponsorships? And this is a really good one because I'm super picky with the brands who I align myself with. The way it works for me is, let's say a brand wants to approach me for a sponsorship. Let's just say Derma E. Now I've talked about Derma E many times, but let's say they just want to send me this product and they want to do a sponsorship on this facial mist. I will ask them to send it to me, see how it works on my skin for a couple of days or at least like a few weeks, you know? And then I will go back and say, yes, I want to continue with the sponsorship, or no, I don't want to continue working with the sponsorship. A lot of times brands send me products. This literally just happened to me with a huge brand that I've worked with in the past. And they were like launching something. I'm not going to say what, but they were launching something. And I was like, you know what? Send it to me. I want to try it. I tried it and I hated it. Like, hated it. And I saw how much money they were offering me and it was a good chunk of change, but I said no because I didn't like the product. It's just that simple. So I have to try out everything. I have to also, as a brown Indian influencer in this space, I also have to understand how important diversity is for the brand. And if they're not showing a lot of diversity right now, what are they working towards? And again, this goes back to my relationship with the brand as well. Okay, another question I got is, do you have to disclose your sponsorships? And of course you have to disclose your sponsorships. It's illegal not to. You have to follow the FTC guidelines, which states very clearly that if you're getting paid in any way for a post or a video, you have to verbally or, you know, physically like type it out and say that this video is sponsored by, or this post is sponsored by X brand. And now Instagram even has like that thing under your name where it says in paid partnership with X brand. So yes, you have to disclose your partnerships. In most of my contract, there is a whole clause all about, you know, disclosure, and brands are really on top of it, because if they're caught working with an influencer that's not properly disclosing, they can get in trouble as well. So yes. You guys, I've been talking now for so freaking long, but I do want to give you guys my final thoughts on sponsorships specifically to me, because I have seen a few comments in my last few videos that said something like I'm doing too many sponsorships all at once, or that you guys don't trust me anymore. And I just kind of want you guys to see my side. If a brand wants to pay me to talk about a product that I already like, and this is my full-time job, and most of the content that I do is free, I see nothing wrong with that. I do see, as a consumer, as a viewer of YouTube, it is very annoying when influencers are just doing sponsored content back to back. Trust me, I get it. But sometimes things happen where you may be getting like 3 sponsorships all at once, or maybe like dates change in your content calendar or something like that. I have a content calendar, and this is where I plan out all of my content for the month. This includes both sponsored and non-sponsored content, but certain things happen where you don't get approvals on time. I was traveling quite a bit in the last month or so, and dates move around, and then you already have agreed sponsorship for the next day, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So like, it's very normal for back-to-back sponsorships to happen. But as viewers, I don't think that you should always just look at it as a negative thing. Think about it from your side. If you already love a product and a brand wants to pay you Would you say no? I don't think you would. So there's nothing wrong with influencers doing the same. I do think that as influencers, we have a responsibility to, number one, be as honest about our sponsored posts as possible. Number two, only recommend products that you would recommend to your family and close friends. Like, if you want to recommend it to them, don't just do it for a paycheck. Yes, a paycheck immediately is nice. Who doesn't like money? But think about it long term. And if you lose, your viewers' trust by recommending a crap product that does not work, and they go out and buy it, and then they have that image of you, you lose the trust with the viewer, and then it's really hard to build that back up. So that's my advice to any influencer watching. Okay guys, I've now been talking for so freaking long, so I'm gonna cut the outro really short, but just say that thank you so much for watching this video and constantly supporting me. I really appreciate it, way more than you guys will ever know. And I do want to continue this conversation and keep it going. So if you guys have any further questions, leave them in the comment section below and I will be sure to answer them as thoroughly as possible. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!